Hello, viewers out there. I'm super excited to have our next guest here today. It's Lana Gelb. She's a native of South Africa, so you might detect a little accent. She is the president of Good Vibes Consultant. She's been a wellness consultant, educator, mind-body specialist for over 35 years. She holds certifications in numerous areas. I probably won't even get them all. American College of Sports Medicine, exercise physiologist, Nia, journey dance, Kripalu, dance kinetics, yoga therapy, somatic movement. You've been a speaker a speaker and trainer at these acclaimed resorts and spas such as the Berkshires, Rancho La Puerta, Queen Mary II, Canyon Ranch, huge names here. You're a published author, you're a sought-after speaker, and you're an educator and trainer for ageless grace. Yes. I love that.
Yay. Well, thank you, Kristy, for that awesome introduction.
Well, thank you for all the work you've been doing for so long. I love it. And you know what I love about what you're doing and what drew me to you is that you have all this knowledge in all these different areas. And so you're able to pull the science and the esoteric and pull it down into this very tangible way that we can understand. And I love even the name, Ageless Grace. How brilliant is that? I love that. Put those two together, ageless and grace, brilliant.
Exactly. Well, I can't take credit for the name. That was Denise Medved, who is the founder and creator of this brilliant, wonderful program, which is a brain-body health program based on the cutting-edge science of neuroplasticity.
Okay, so this is a topic I absolutely love, is neuroplasticity and what is happening in our brain and how it shows up in our emotional body and in our physical body and how we have the opportunity to change that. So I know that's an area that you can dive deep into. So let's talk about that.
Sure. Well, this is how I see it. You have your brain, and your brain consists of all kinds of things, but white matter and gray matter. And I see it almost as though it's silly putty that you can shape in any way or form you like. The actual definition of neuroplasticity is the ability of the brain and the nervous system to change in structure and function. So you are able to actually mold and shape your brain according to your thoughts, according to your actions, according to your words, according to what you do in your life. You're actually shaping the brain and forming the neuroplasticity, forming new neural pathways, but also restoring neural pathways that we lose as children, or as, if you will, between 18 and 21 years old. When we don't use it, we lose it. So Ageless Grace does that for us. It also maintains our neural pathways that we have right now by stimulating the 5 functions of the brain and also all the physical functions that the human body needs, such as flexibility, strength, balance, movement in terms of agility, mobility, all the things we need to age gracefully.
Wow. So I know you have a lot of things in store here, so don't let me get you off topic here.
All right.
But I love the idea of the brain as silly putty. And I love that you talk about both the nervous pathway, and so that means like our stress, et cetera, affects our neuroplasticity, but we also have the ability to change that. And so you're saying that it doesn't matter what age we are, we can shift that in our brain.
Yes. The old thinking from 20 years ago and back was that the height and peak of our brain was between 18 and 21. And then from the age of 40, it was downhill. We did not have the capacity to improve our brains. So it was a downhill slope.
Right.
However, with the rise of neuroplasticity, and everybody is really into that right now, it's so exciting. We know now that you can change your brain at any age, and we do continue to when we do certain things that are criteria for changing the brain. So when I say that, what the research has shown, which is also very interesting, and this came out in a Harvard Medical School study a little while back, probably 10 years ago, is if you do traditional exercise on one side, which is somewhat repetition, whether it's going for a walk in your backyard or in your neighborhood, or doing the elliptical, or even doing a class, there tends to be repetition over and over again,
sure.
which does not help. It does help the brain. It definitely helps, because any movement does, any physical activity does. However, it doesn't help to prevent dementia. Now, on the other side, if you're doing Sudoku, crossword puzzles, brain games, the same thing applies as on the physical side. It's only working very small areas and not all the functions of the brain, because what that does is it teaches you to do puzzles well. So it's a repetitive kind of thing, and it's not involving the body. So what the research has shown is if you combine the two, you're really getting optimal brain functioning and helping to prevent dementia. So we do some things in Ageless Grace, and you might like to join me, those of you who are watching, and you, Kristy, as well.
Let's do it.
All right, so we do everything to music. That's to begin with. So just maybe hum your favorite song or something. But let's start off with something simple called spelling bee. And the B stands for your body parts. So you're going to be spelling with your body parts and activating all 5 functions of your brain basically immediately, because your brain has not done this before, and the brain thrives on doing new things, novelty and complexity. So take one elbow, and all of you spell in cursive your first name. If it's very long, shorten it as big as you can, and remember, don't do one letter over the other, because we want to do an actual word. Once you're there, do it backwards, please.
Ooh.
I know.
That's really hard.
That's really hard to do. And you probably started off with your dominant arm. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So you're going to do in cursive your name, your first name, hopefully. And not superimposing one letter over the other, going backwards. Try and retrace your elbow steps.
This is great.
It is great. So imagine how many words you can use, how many body parts you can use, and immediately you're stimulating all 5 functions of the brain, and people can do that every day to keep their brain alert and functioning.
And so let me be clear. This doesn't matter what age we are. It doesn't matter. We want to keep those, whether you're 20, 35, you don't think you have any issues, because that's one of the reasons Ageless Grace came about, right? So even if you think nothing is going to happen in your life, to stimulate both areas will keep us functioning at the highest level possible.
So when you're talking about both areas, I'm assuming you're talking about the left and right hemispheres, integrating them.
Yeah.
But also the functions of the brain and the functions of the body. We actually start out very young with this because we have a program in the schools and we do it with children. There's an Ageless Grace Forever Fit for Kids program. And this has been very successful, and we have seen there's actually research out on children who are doing Ageless Grace, and their cognitive abilities are really increased dramatically just by doing it in the classroom. So it makes them more alert, it makes them more focused, and imagine just doing a spelling class right after that and doing the words. It's a no-brainer, so to speak. Would you like to do another one?
Absolutely. I love this.
Okay, so we're going to do something called gentle geometry. Now, gentle geometry consists of lines, triangles, and circles. That's it.
Okay.
So when you combine these three, it is extremely confusing to the brain. And we want it to be. We don't want to do the same things over and over again. We want to do new things to stimulate the brain and the nervous system. So let's try and do a vertical line with one hand, one arm, without straining the shoulder, just up and down. And we do 10 repetitions, a minimum, to imprint in the brain the pattern. And then take a deep breath. We're going to do a circle with the other hand, continuous movement. And then once you have done and you've got those imprinted, with the foot underneath the hand that's going up and down, you're going to do a triangle. Try not to stop doing. I know. You can close your eyes to get more concentration there. So let's try it on the other side. So this you can do at home after this particular presentation. So you're going to the other hand, you're doing the up-down vertical line. And once we've done 10 reps, we can go for our circle with the other hand. And then when we've done enough reps there, the foot underneath the line is going to try a triangle and talk to your body and say, hey, hand, I want you to do a circle. Hey, other hand, just keep that line going. Hey, foot, let's do that three-pointed triangle. It's precise. It's geometry. So what's important there is to just keep going, because the neural pathways are being formed and the neurons are firing, and we want to fire as many neurons as possible. And these kind of games and exercises, and some of them are more, right now we're in a somewhat closed presentation, but in a class they're very vigorous and very fun. And people are just really, it's so mood enhancing, and with the music, and it's just wonderful.
I love those. Those are brilliant. I love them.
They are.
Yeah.
We have 21 tools like that.
Wow.
21 tools for lifelong comfort and ease. And that's what that's about.
So speaking about that, so I love that these are all completely accessible at our fingertips right now. They're fun. They're challenging on a lot of different levels. I think that's so awesome. If you were to say, okay, so is there anything else, and maybe not because those are brilliant enough, is there anything else that you know that we have at our fingertips that really in the moment invokes our vitality, connects us with that divine energy that flows through us, our grace within us?
Absolutely. Shake it up, baby. Shake it up, baby is shaking up your entire body. Your legs, your arms, your shoulders, your chest, your belly, your buns, everything. Just shake it up and shake it Shake it up as vigorously as you are able. And Ageless Grace is done in a chair. So it's a very safe place for people to do this. So just keep shaking so you can feel it. Shake your legs, shake your booty, shake your head. And then you'll feel that is one of the tools that has incredible benefits. Immediate stress relief, reduction of cortisol, increase of collagen. Women pay a fortune, so do men, for increase, exactly. And myofascia, the joints feel so good afterwards. There's just a lot, and circulation unparalleled. So we do it in a chair for 6 different reasons. I'm not going to go into them all, but the first one and the last one I will do. And that is, the first one is to teach the brain how to do things seated that it's used to doing standing. So anything you're doing here is going to be new for the brain. Secondly, or sixthly, the 6th out of the 6 is it's an even playing field. Everyone can do it. So it's ageless. Any age can do it. Any level can do it. I work with people, and many people like me in Ageless Grace, many trainers and educators work with people with Parkinson's, MS, strokes, Alzheimer's, dementia, as well as people that don't have those conditions. So it works for everybody. It's just a really amazing program.
Right. It works in the schools with the kids, little kids, middle school, high school, and then it works with chronic illnesses, diseases, etc. I mean, I love that.
Yeah, and with people in corporations, to wake them up, it's done before meetings so that they can really be alert first thing in the morning when they're about to have an executive meeting.
Brilliant. I got to tell you, I feel so much better. I really do. I feel so much better from just that.
Yes.
So I know you have a really awesome free gift for our viewers, and I would love for you to just touch on that for a moment. It's your 10 tips.
Sure. Yes, it's a download. All you have to do is click on the download that will be with this interview. And it's 10 tips for graceful aging and for graceful living and an ageless body and brain. And it's 10 tips that you can immediately implement into your life when you see those. They're very concentrated and succinct, and they make a lot of sense.
It's brilliant. This has been incredibly lovely, informative. I'm absolutely going to take some of this information and share it with my yoga classes. I think it's phenomenal. It's really great. I love it.
I'd just like to add one thing, that is that we have, this is an international program, and we have certification trainings all over the world. And people just need to go onto agelessgrace.com and see where these are so that they can get certified to share this beautiful program for themselves and for their families and for clients or for whoever. So it's wonderful. I am a trainer. I'm one of 40 international trainers that does certification programs, and I do it all over the place.
Yeah, and you share your work at so many different really amazing locations. Like I had said earlier, Rancho La Puerta, Canyon Ranch. I mean, these are pioneering in how we care for ourselves. Yes. And how the ripple effect of that. So I know that this work is phenomenal, and I love neuroplasticity. I love how we still have the opportunity at wherever we are in our life to take care of our brain, Absolutely. To take care of our body. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And through that, our beauty shines, our divine light flows. We're in the highest optimal well-being possible.
Correct.
Ageless grace. I love it. Yes. Lana, this has been such a treat. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for being here. Would you like to say goodbye?
I'd love to say goodbye and just thank you so much, Kristy, for this opportunity for us to share this beautiful program that everybody can do and should be doing. And I hope that they really get up and go and find an ageless grace class in their neighborhood. And if not, maybe start one.
I love it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And thank you, viewers, for being here. I'll tune in with you next time, and I'm looking forward to it. Until then, age gracefully. Bye.
Bye.